Let's go. We are live. Oh, baby. Let's go make fun of the Daily Wire. Where my peeps at? Where my peeps at? Where my peeps at? The comment section. We got to go look at the comment section because why not? It's funny. We got ourselves a rando live stream. We're live, folks. We're live. We're back. We're back. Give it a few minutes. Let some people come in. I ought to play something while we're waiting. Can't play the comment section. I wish I could. I wish I could. Your boy just put out a video. Got more stuff to cover. So I got to do a live stream to cover it. It's going to be a short live stream today. Hey, we got somebody here. We got one person. Let's go. We got Star Viper. What's up, Star Viper? I remember you from yesterday or 2 days ago. What's up, man? What's up, man? Let's get some viewers up in here. Give it a few more minutes. Let people trickle in before we get on to the content. Thank you for the people who are here. I know I told you guys last time, hit that notification bell and subscribe and all that because I told you guys we're going to be live streaming several days a week. And I see some of you guys follow through with that, so thank you. That makes me very happy. It's nice to have some support up in here. You know, it's hard to get views sometimes on this content creator journey. I don't know why I put the comment section up, but you know what? I haven't looked at her channel in a while, so I kind of might as well. And yeah, she can't even get 10K views anymore. It's kind of sad. Like she's struggling. She is struggling. Okay. It's been a few minutes. Looks like we got a few people in here. Thanks for being here. Do you guys let me know about the audio? We had audio issues last time. Is there any echo? Is the audio fine? Let me know something so we could go ahead and get right into it because I actually don't have a whole lot of time. I think I got like an hour, maybe 50 minutes. How's the audio, guys? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let's see. Audio looks good from my end. Yep, audio looks good from my end. So somebody let me know. How's the audio? We got a quiet stream today. All right. While you're letting me know how my audio is, how about you tell me how's your Friday going? We got to spice this chat up a little bit. We got looks like we got 8 people in here and they're silent. How's your Friday? How's y'all Friday been? My Friday, I'll tell you my Friday. Then you tell me your Friday, okay? My Friday has been good, but it's negative 30 degrees here in Chicago. You can look it up. It is absolutely freezing. So it's been cool, but I can't go outside. So I've been trapped in the house, and now I'm hearing that we got an ice storm coming. So it looks like I'm going to be trapped even more in the house. Doesn't look like I'm going to be doing anything this weekend because we got freezing cold negative degree temperatures. And then we also got an ice storm. So, yeah, no. Oh, somebody said good on my end. Finally, somebody responded and told, yeah, tell me something. Tell me something. Okay. Okay, so somebody said good on my end too. Okay, well, if the audio's good, then it sounds like we could go ahead and get started. Oh, Nicole. Hey, Nicole, shout out to you. You know, I really appreciate people Nicole's one of those people who I'm sure she doesn't agree with everything that I say, but I appreciate people who understand what we're doing here and understand that I try my best. And she's a really good, genuine supporter. So I really thank you, Nicole. I really appreciate your support. I see you commenting all the time. It's really cool. I made an Echoes live, so my Friday is good. Hey, I appreciate that. That's amazing. Well, let's not waste anybody's time. Let's get right to it. So one of my favorite YouTubers, I like this guy's channel because he's been doing such a great job breaking down the Candace Owens lawsuit and everything from a lawyer's perspective. We don't really get a whole lot of that. This guy's really new on the scene. How many subscribers does he have? He has, oh wow, he's grown a lot. Last time I saw his channel, he had like 1,000 subscribers. He's grown a lot. Now he's at 3,700. He's doing great. But anyway, this guy's been making videos about like pretty much all the Candace Owens legal stuff because she's got so much going on. Okay. Star Viper said, "What happened to the previous live from the other day? It doesn't show up in the live section." Yeah, I deleted it. That's all. I deleted it. I can leave them up if you want, but I plan to take those lives and chop them into clips and put them on this second channel. So I didn't really see a point in leaving them up there. But if you want me to leave the lives up there, I can. The reason why I don't like leaving the lives up there is because sometimes when you're doing a live stream, you may make a mistake or you may say something that you didn't mean to say. So it's kind of one of those like, if you're here, you're here. And if you're not, you're not. So if I'm able to delete the live and edit it up, then I can like edit out my mistakes when I put the content out as a clip. But again, it's not that big of a deal. If you want me to leave the lives up, I can do that. So let me know in the comments if you guys want me to leave the live streams up and not delete it. I could do that. Okay. Thanks for being here, Star Viper. Nicole said, "Oh, thank you. I appreciate you and your form of content. You're a genuine person, and that's rare." I really do appreciate that, Nicole. I really do. I like to say that I was raised pretty well. Shout out to the parents. And I've been on YouTube for a while. And I've seen just so much fakery and backstabbing and liars and grifters. And, I really try to, number one, be myself. And I really just try to do unto others as I would have them do unto me. I really try to do that. So I appreciate you, Nicole. I really do. And that's what we try to do on here. That's what we try. Star Viper said it's fine either way. Yeah. Okay. Well, hopefully you understood my explanation. Sometimes when you're speaking for like hours, you can make a mistake or say something that you regret. So I delete the stream just for that. Honestly, like last stream, I said like 2 things that I was like, "Ooh, I probably shouldn't have said that," So that's why I deleted the last stream. Because then I can edit the clips from that stream, and then nobody will know that I said it except for the 8 people that watch the stream. So anyway, all right, let's get to it. Enough yapping. So this guy is really good. He's new on the scene. He's a lawyer, Nicholas J. Brooks. He's a lawyer from California. He released a video today where he basically talks about the cease and desist that Candace Owens received from Turning Point USA. So let's go ahead and listen to, sorry, I heard an echo. Okay, we should be good. So let's go ahead and listen to what Nicholas J. Brooks has to say. Again, this is an actual lawyer. This is a real attorney. Let's hear what he has to say about the Candace Owens cease and desist letter.
I'm Nick Brooks, a California attorney. Today we're looking at Candace Owens, Turning Point USA, and a cease and desist letter tied to a non-disparagement clause in her speaking contract. Let's talk about what the letter actually does legally and what it does not. Everything I'm saying in this recording is based on public statements and reporting. Also, I've reviewed the transcripts from episodes 292, 294, and 295 of Candace's recent podcasts. I'm not claiming to know what really happened inside TPUSA. I'm explaining how a court could view Candace's words and the contract language she read. Just to orient you, episode 292 focuses on TPUSA's cease and desist letter to Wolves in Finance. Episode 294 is where she reads her own cease and desist letter. And episode 295 is where she talks about internal firings and TPUSA's response after the Charlie Kirk assassination. Here's the basic snapshot. For years, Candace had a paid speaking arrangement with TPUSA. After Charlie Kirk is publicly assassinated, that relationship unravels. By December 2nd, 2025, those agreements are treated as terminated, and TPUSA's lawyers send her a legal letter she then reads in episode 294. In that episode, she reads TPUSA's lawyer saying she has an ongoing contractual obligation not to make any disparaging, false, misleading, or otherwise defamatory comments about Turning Point USA and its employees, and that this obligation remains in effect for 12 months after her agreements were terminated on December 2nd, 2025. If you're not a lawyer, you might be thinking, once the contract is over, how can they still gag her? The answer is survival clauses. Some promises, like confidentiality or non-disparagement, are drafted to survive termination and keep binding you for a set period afterward. Candace does not really claim that this was invented after the fact. She tells her audience that in a contract like this, there's usually standard NDA language, and she says her lawyer pointed out, technically, you do have a non-disparagement clause for 12 months since the contract was officially terminated. She's acknowledging that obligation exists. she's questioning whether it should be enforced now. From TPUSA's side, there are two very different levers they could pull. One is contract. Did she breach a non-disparagement promise she was paid to make? The other is defamation. Did she publish false statements of fact that harm TPUSA or specific individuals? Those claims overlap in facts, but not in elements. For defamation, truth is a complete defense and opinion can be protected, especially on matters of public concern. For contract, it's harsher. If you sign a broad non-disparagement clause, even a true harsh criticism can be a breach if it's disparaging and with.
I'm really glad that he's pointing this stuff out and bringing this up because that's kind of what I talked about in my last video when I spoke on this subject. And again, this is coming from a guy who's been threatened to be sued so many times. So I have to contact lawyers and get an understanding of how this crap works. Defamation is really hard to prove when you're dealing with public figures. It is really hard to prove. I actually know a YouTuber who got sued for it and he won. Most YouTubers, if it even goes to court, it either ends in a settlement or they typically win because it is so hard to prove. But what he's pointing out, which is true, is Turning Point USA pretty much got her on a non-disparaging agreement. And the issue that I do have, just to be honest, with Candace Owens, the thing that's just weird to me is how come you never told anybody that you were under contract? Like, that's just really weird to me. I mean, I guess I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know what to make of it. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't tell people, or I don't know. I guess it could backfire, but you would just think that that would be really good information to know. And now that we know that, you could pretty much deduce that when Erica Kirk met with Candace Owens, she told her that. It's referenced in the actual like letter. So when Erica Kirk met with Candace Owens, she's like, "Hey, you know, whatever they talked about. By the way, you're under contract. Here it is right here. Like, can you stop?" And she didn't stop. And so now they're doing the whole, "Hey, we have you under a non-disparagement agreement and you're talking about us and you're not supposed to for 12 months after the contract terminated," which is December 2nd or whatever date it was, December 2025, which will go all the way to December 2026. And she still kept doing it, which is why I keep telling people, Candace don't care. This is a different animal right here. She's going to fight them to the end, even if they decide to sue her, which they probably will.
In scope. In the letter, Candace reads, TPUSA's lawyer says her statements are causing substantial ongoing harm. The lawyer points to what she herself has called a flood of allegations against people at TPUSA, Turning Point Action, and staff connected to the Charlie Kirk show, and says she has continued despite reminders of the obligations TPUSA claims she has under that contract. To be clear, I'm quoting Candace and then analyzing the legal implications. First, she tells her audience there's definitely financial impropriety at the company. She says there are shady people at TPUSA. She says, I specifically said Tyler Boyer was a sexual deviant. I stand by that. It's the truth. And for someone who spends a lot of time calling out sexual deviants, it's ironic the only person she may have gagged here is herself by signing that clause. Candace also repeatedly says that because TPUSA is lying, she thinks it's reasonable to conclude the organization is engaged in a cover-up around Charlie's assassination. Under the contract language she read, that kind of accusation is plainly disparaging, and it directly hits the assassination-related restrictions TPUSA's lawyer highlighted. Under the contract language, those are clearly disparaging comments about covered people and programs. Under defamation, the questions are different. Are these specific, provably false factual allegations, or are they opinion and rhetoric based on disclosed facts? The same sentence can have very different consequences in each lane. In terms of timing, the letter describes an ongoing contractual obligation and then says that obligation remains in effect for 12 months after her agreement's term, which TPUSA says ended December 2nd, 2025. That's TPUSA's way of saying this duty existed then and continues through December 2026. On her show, Candace tells viewers that the speaking agreement was still in effect when Charlie was assassinated and that it was then terminated, even though it was supposed to run for a few more years. But she and TPUSA's lawyer now treat the contract as ending on December 2nd, 2025. What really matters for this video is that the lawyer says her non-disparagement obligation survives that termination and continues for 12 months afterward. So the statements she's making now are being judged against a post-termination promise. Candace responds by framing what is essentially an unconscionability and public policy argument. She characterizes Charlie Kirk's public assassination as an unforeseeable circumstance and contends.
It's funny because this is exactly what I said in my video. This is hilarious. Obviously, I'm not a lawyer, but that's what I was saying. She was using the whole unconscionable thing as her defense. So it's good to see from a real lawyer that I was somewhat on the right track. That's good to know for when I make my videos because I try to be accurate when I report on this stuff.
That enforcing a private gag clause to keep her silent in its aftermath would be unconscionable. She goes so far as to say TPUSA would have a better chance suing the Sun than preventing her from continuing to investigate what happened. Now, there are real doctrines around unconscionability and public.
Wait, we got to go back to that because this is what I keep trying to tell people. And I got a hammer on this because I'm getting a little bit of backlash and that's okay. But I keep telling you guys, I'm standing by this. Turning Point suing Candace is not going to go well. It is a bad idea. The president of a whole other country calling the president of the United States, who then calls Candace Owens and says, hey, can you leave this man and his wife alone? And she still doesn't do it. What does that tell you? I told y'all Candace is crazy. Not in a insulting way. I'm just telling you like it is. Let me play that part back.
Far as to say TPUSA would have a better chance suing the Sun than preventing her from continuing to investigate what happened.
Did y'all hear that? Candace said in her live stream, and I do remember her saying that, TPUSA has a better chance of suing the Sun. They're better off suing the Sun because she's not going to stop. There is nothing they can do to stop her. That's what I keep telling you guys. So the backlash that I got, it's fine, but those people are going to end up wrong because a lot of the arguments that I got, and I even had an actual lawyer comment under my video and tell me how wrong I was. And I'm like, dude, you're a lawyer. Like, of course you're going to say that because when lawsuits happen, guess who wins? Lawyers. So of course a lawyer is going to be under my comment section saying you're wrong, geckos. They should absolutely sue. It's our job to protect our client. No, it's your job to get paid. You think I don't know how it goes? I know how it goes. I work for a company. We work directly with lawyers in my day job all the time. I know how y'all are with your little $1,000 an hour y'all be charging. Like, come on now, man. Lawyers always win in a lawsuit. My question to Turning Point is, what would be your point in suing Candace Owens? What would you be looking to get? If it's money, that doesn't make sense to me. Because we all know that Turning Point has raised an insane amount of money. They probably raised more money than ever before because you literally had a public figure who's also the CEO of your company die. And then you did this big like funeral for him, like memorial. And then the president was there. I think Donald Trump was there. Yeah, Donald Trump was there. And then a bunch of other public figures were there. And then you're raising all this money and you got all this publicity now. So they've got more money than they know what to do with. They have hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars that they've raised. So are you going after Candace for money? I don't think they're going after Candace for money. They don't need money. They have plenty of money. I think the reason why they're suing Candace, guys, is not for the damages and the money that they're going to get from her. I think they want to ruin her and stop her from talking. But I'm not going to lie to you guys. I really think this. If that, let's say they get an Alex Jones judgment. Remember Alex Jones owed $1 billion to the Sandy Hook families? Let's say hypothetically, obviously this wouldn't happen, but let's say hypothetically, they sue Candace Owens, they win, and the judge says, Candace, you owe Turning Point USA $800 million, which even her rich husband, George Farmer, can't pay, right? Guys, I still believe wholeheartedly that Candace would still talk about Turning Point USA. I told you guys what I think they should have did. And I compared it to the amount of content creators who make endless videos about Elon Musk. There are guys on YouTube right now who make endless hate videos on Elon Musk and they get a crap ton of views. They make look at all the people who make endless hate videos on Donald Trump. Anything Donald Trump does, they make hate videos on him. Every single thing. Now, Donald Trump is suing. I am seeing that. But I think Donald Trump wants money. That's what I think. I don't think Donald Trump is suing because Donald Trump is like suing all these big networks and he's winning. I don't think Donald Trump is suing him because he's like, hey, I want you guys to stop. I think Donald Trump is just like, hey, you defame me. I want your money. Donald Trump wants the money. Turning Point, I don't think wants the money because Candace Owens doesn't even have the amount of money that like a CBS News or a CNN and all these big organizations that Donald Trump is suing. They're suing Candace Owens because they want her to shut up, but she's not going to shut up. If Candace Owens had a $800 million judgment and her and her husband both went bankrupt, I still think she would still talk about Turning Point USA. Because as I kept telling y'all, Candace has some issues. She does. She has this thing where she'll get stuck on something and she won't let it go until she wants to let it go. And what's dangerous about that is besides the issues, because I told you guys, Candace Owens and Kanye West are very similar. If you don't believe me, go look up Kanye West. Kanye is actually one of my favorite rappers, or at least he used to be, for those who don't know. I grew up on his music. I've watched Kanye for a while. A lot of the stuff that I see with the issues, I think Candace Owens has some of those issues too. Candace Owens just happens to have a really big platform and a following, and that's what makes it dangerous because she has this insane co-file. Actually, I don't want to say dangerous, not dangerous, I'm sorry. It's not what makes Candace Owens dangerous. It's what makes Candace Owens in a position where Turning Point can't stop her. Because at the end of the day, even if she goes bankrupt, she always has this massive audience that she can go to who won't turn on her. When Kanye did the anti-Semitic stuff, he still had his base audience, but he also lost a lot of people. A major part of his audience he lost. Candace Owens is truly independent. That's the difference. Candace Owens is like, she's just this outer part of the right. She's in a galaxy by herself. There's Piers Morgan. No, sorry, not Piers Morgan. There's Tucker Carlson. There's Ben Shapiro. There's Trump. There's JD Vance. There's all these people on the right. Megyn Kelly. And then there's Candace in the lane of her own. Kanye West was still mainstream. Kanye West made a lot of his money through Adidas. And he was in the fashion industry. And the same people that he was talking about, he actually did work with some Jewish people. But even regardless of that, he was mainstream. He had record companies. Candace is in a different ballpark. And Candace has an audience that I believe won't turn on her. Candace can raise as much money as she wants. Candace, at the end of the day, if she goes bankrupt, she has an audience that she could go cry to, and they'll sympathize with her and lift her up and make her feel better, and she'll go right back talking about Turning Point USA. That's why I strongly believe this, and I really think I'm right about this. I'm not right about everything. I'm wrong plenty of times, but in this case, I really think I'm right. The best thing Turning Point USA could have did is ignore it. Ignore it. Now you already went half the year of 2025 before making have you guys seen the last 6 videos of Candace Owens? Every video she's put out has been about Turning Point USA. Every single one. Now in 2026, you're going to have the same thing. She's going to keep doing it. So it doesn't matter if you get money out of her. You already have a lot of money. It doesn't matter if you bankrupt her. It doesn't matter. She's going to keep going. But if you ignore her, she's going to keep doing what she's doing. It seems like you guys are doing fine. You're raising money. You're putting on events. Doesn't seem like you're being hurt that bad. Besides, you're getting a lot of hate on social media, which, welcome to fame. What big organization doesn't get a lot of hate? What big organization, a big public media figure doesn't get a lot of hate? So if you ignored her, I truly believe that if they ignored Candace Owens, eventually she would stop. She would eventually move on. That's just how life goes. One day there's going to be a bigger story than Turning Point USA, and then Candace is going to get on that big story. And then Turning Point, she may go back to making videos about you every once in a while, but at some point the videos are going to start to dwindle as she starts to cover other bigger stories that are more important or popular. And then one day there's going to come a time where Turning Point is no longer the focus. Yes, it's annoying. Yes, she has a huge following. Yes, I'm sure they're tired of the comments or whatever. The only way that I think that they should sue her is if people's lives are being threatened, which is what happened with Alex Jones. Those Sandy Hook families, they were literally saying that my kids can't go to school. People are showing up to my house because of what Alex Jones said. Alex Jones said that I'm an actor. And because Alex Jones said that I'm an actor, people are coming to my house with bats and guns. If stuff like that's happening, then I understand a lawsuit. But as far as I'm concerned, that doesn't seem to be the case. We don't like that you keep making videos about us, and we don't like the hate that we're getting online, which, by the way, if you really look at how Turning Point has been behaving, they were going to get hate anyway. That's the funny part. I don't even think they needed Candace Owens. If Candace Owens didn't say a word about them, I still think they would have got hate. If it weren't Candace Owens, it would have been somebody else with a big following. Because some of the things that they have done and been doing have been weird. At some point, I'm going to make a full breakdown research video of everything regarding Erica Kirk. I just got to do more research. And by the way, I can't find her dad anywhere. I'm sure at some point I'll probably find him, but I've been trying to find her dad. I mean, I found his LinkedIn, but I can't find her dad. There's no pictures of her dad online, which I think is weird because, yes, people at that age group, they're probably not online. But she don't even got pictures with him. I got pictures of me online with my dad, my grandfather. Like, what's going on? There's even pictures of me with my great-grandmother online. Like, I just think it's weird, guys. I just think there's some weird stuff. So they can blame Candace all they want, but I think they haven't handled things 100% perfect either. I just don't. I can't think of an example right now, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to find an example. I'm going to find a major public figure who was the head of an organization that died, and nobody had conspiracies about that person's widow or the organization because the organization was normal. They acted normal. It was like, okay, our leader died. This is terrible, and we're grieving. Everything Turning Point has done since Charlie Kirk died has been suspicious. That can't be denied. It just can't be. You know? So let's go back to the video. I had to rant about that because I'm telling y'all, Turning Point's making a big mistake by suing Candace Owens. Not a good idea.
Now, there are real doctrines around unconscionability and public policy. A court could refuse to enforce a gag that blocks speech about a politically significant assassination while still enforcing the same clause against separate accusations about donors, finances, or employment. Across episodes.
Oh, by the way, I want to say one more thing because I just thought of this. This was back when I had 10,000 subscribers. I want to tell you guys like a short story. There was this big YouTuber that was going to sue me because I completely exposed him. And he got really mad that I completely exposed him. And it turned into like this scandal. And he was mad. He threatened to sue me. And again, guys, keep in mind, at that time, I only had 10,000 subscribers. I was a tiny, tiny channel. I had fans of the channel, supporters, who hated that guy so much. And they believed so much of what I was doing. I had a guy text me and say, because I actually met him in person. I ended up meeting him in person. It was crazy because he lived in Chicago like me. This guy texted me and said, Echoes, I hate this guy so much, and I think that what you're doing is so right. If that guy sues you, let me know, and I will give you $600 every paycheck to help you fight that lawsuit. Isn't that crazy? That blew me away. I was like, wow. I mean, thank you. I appreciate that. Like, that's amazing. One, I wouldn't want you to do that, but the fact that you would even offer that is crazy. And this is a true story, guys. I'm sure I still have his text message in my phone because that was just crazy. I couldn't believe somebody said that. Like, but the reason why I bring this story up is because if I'm able to get somebody to do that with my tiny channel, if Candace Owens really wants to, she could have 500,000 people donating their paychecks to Candace. Like, I'm not joking. I'm talking about every paycheck. They donate money to the Candace Owens Fund. How do you beat somebody like that? She's a one-man army. She just is. You can hate her. You can love her. You can think she's demonic, evil, the worst person in the world. I'm talking about strategy. Take your emotions out of it. Turning Point. Take your feelings out of it. Turning Point got an army. She got an army. Her army bigger than yours. She get more views than y'all get on y'all channel. You can't beat somebody like that. And she's smart. One thing I will give her, she got an independent army. This isn't like a mainstream army. It's not like Don Lemon or these news anchors where they get on this big news network and then they leave and then their audience just goes away because they weren't really fans of you. They were fans of the network. Go look at Joanne Reed. You guys know who that is? Don Lemon was getting a lot of views on CNN, left, not as many views. What's the other guy's name? Cuomo. What is his name? His brother was the governor. Chris Cuomo. He left and went to News Nation. He's kind of irrelevant, right? Joanne Reed was on MSNBC or whatever. She left, right? Bill O'Reilly was with Fox News. He left. He does still get views. I saw a show. He actually still gets views, but you guys get my point. Candace Owens is the person who used to be on a network called the Daily Wire, leaves, it gets bigger than ever. It gets bigger than ever. She's bigger than ever. She's ginormous. If 100,000 people donate every paycheck to Candace Owens' lawsuit, it's over. You're not beating that. You can't even outraise that. How do you outraise that if all those people are doing that? I'm just saying. Oh, man. And I'm saying this for a reason, guys. I'm saying this for a reason because I just think at this point, this drama's kind of getting out of control and it's getting worse. And I really think that this could get really ugly, especially if they sue her. I think it could get ugly. And when you're dealing with somebody with a fan base like that, it could get to the level of threats and certain things that make the news. I don't want to speak it into existence because I believe in the power of the tongue. So I don't want to speak it into existence, but you guys get my point. I don't think Erica Kirk's behind the lawsuits either. I really don't. I think somebody pushed her to do it and she signed off and just said, okay. Because Erica Kirk is the one who decided to meet with her instead of sue her. That's why I think that. I think Erica Kirk was like, let me meet with her and try, and it didn't work. And now some radical at Turning Point USA is like, that's it. We're hiring the lawyers. Get her. She's going to beat you. You may win in court, but you're not going to win the war. I'm just saying. All right, I'm done ranting, guys. I'm done.
Episodes 292, 294, and 295, Candace returns to the same themes. She highlights the Wolves in Finance cease and desist letter, repeats that there is definitely financial impropriety at TPUSA, and describes the organization's post-assassination firings and donor activity as legal, but also immoral and cult-like. From a contract perspective, that matters because the clause that Candace read does not just cover the TPUSA brand. It extends to employees, agents, programs, and services. TPUSA's lawyers could argue that these episodes together show continuing disparagement within the 12-month survival period, supporting a theory of ongoing, not isolated, breach of contract. Defamation would sit on top of all of this as a separate tort theory, focused on whether specific statements are provably false facts that caused harm rather than opinion or hyperbole. If you were my client in Candace's position, I'd say, assume the non-disparagement clause is live through December 2026. Assume TPUSA's lawyers will spotlight your sharpest quotes from these episodes, and be very intentional about which ones you actually want to keep on the record. If you found this video helpful, please hit like so more people see it. Before you go, tell me in the comments, where would you draw the line between a valid non-disparagement clause and an overbroad gag when someone is talking about finances, firings, and an assassination in the same breath? If someone you know follows Candace Owens or works in conservative media or donor politics, send this video to them so they can see where the legal line really is. And if you want more breakdowns like this from a California attorney, subscribe and turn on notifications.
Am I subscribed to this guy? This guy is so good. I think I'm subscribed. Oh, not only am I subscribed, I got the notification bell on. You guys should subscribe to this guy. He's good. Subscribe to him. I think he does a good job. So basically, he said in this video, the defamation thing will be harder to prove, but which it would be. But the non-disparagement agreement, that's pretty much what it is. But again, guys, you're not dealing with a regular person. You're not dealing with wolves in finance. I already told you guys, he's going to figure that out with them. You're not dealing with other people. You know, you're not dealing with most rational, normal people. Would be like, hey, I don't want to get sued. With Candace, don't matter. I'm not joking with you guys. I think if Candace was broke, she would still do what she's doing. I'm gonna take it a step further. I actually think that Candace believes that she's doing the right thing. I do. I think Candace really thinks that she's doing the right thing. I promise you guys, that's just what I think. I could be wrong. I know a lot of people are on the Candace Owens is evil train. I don't really think it's evil per se. I wouldn't say that. I think she's just kind of crazy. She's just nuts. She sticks to these conspiracies or whatever, her opinions, her investigations, her research, whatever you want to call it. And she don't let up. She did it with the Macrones. She's still doing it with the Macrones. She won't let up with the Macrones. if the Macrones win their lawsuit, I still don't think she's going to let up on the Macrones. I still don't. She literally went on Piers Morgan. I mean, I've never seen anything like that in my life. Candace Owens is a different animal. The president of the United States called her because the president of France told her to, and she still went on Piers Morgan and said the exact same thing about Brigitte Macron that she's being sued for. You can't beat somebody like that. There's only one way to beat somebody like that, and I'm not going to say that, but you guys get the point. You're not somebody like that. You're not beating them in court. You just got to ignore them and just, it's the cost of doing business, you know? Anyway, so we got more things to react to. And again, I don't plan to be live too long. Oh, by the way, just for giggles, here's the comment section. Not doing so well. I should probably make a video about it at some point, but I'm not going to lie to you guys. As much as I would like to make a video in the comment section, there's been so many more important things going on that I wanted to cover. But when we have a slow news day, I'll cover the comment section again whenever there's a slow news day. Because, yeah, this is pitiful. This is pitiful. Where's the money coming from to pay this failing, loser, dying content creator who can't get 10,000 views with all this Daily Wire editing and staffers and script writers and editors, her team? It's crazy. All right. I wanted to transition to something else. So funny enough, guys, even though we got a teeny tiny little channel over here, but I'm still thankful for all of you guys who tune into my content. There's a video that I made that has actually gone viral, which is funny because even though it went viral, it doesn't have a whole lot of views, but every big YouTuber is covering it. Let me find that video real quick. Let me see. Do I remember what video that was? Let me see if I can find it. No, not that one. Okay. Echoes from above. I'm going to show you guys the video. It's the video that I made about the Daily Wire buying their views. I got to remember which one it was because I've made so many videos. Which one is it? Which one is it? It's this one. This one right here. It's this one right here. I was right. The Daily Wire's views are not real. So in this video, I showed 100% undeniable proof that the Daily Wire buys non-authentic views. And I couldn't believe it. But this video gained traction. Even though this video has 7,500 views, I'm going to say it has 1 million. And I'm going to tell you why. So on my channel, it has 7,500 views, which is really good for a channel my size. I'm very thankful to every single one of you who watched this video. But there's so many big YouTubers that have covered this. And all they literally did is they referenced my video in their own video. So as far as I'm concerned, this video has like 500,000 views because of all the big YouTubers that are covering it. So you have a guy named James Lee. He covered my video and he got a lot of views for it. I don't know why that just said Echoes is a clown. Sorry about that. Maybe I'll type that in one day looking for something. I don't know. Anyway, so James Lee covered it. Daily Wire. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, right here. So James Lee is the one who kicked it off. And by the way, what's even funnier is after James Lee made this video, this actually led to Candace Owens commenting on my video. Matter of fact, I should probably show that too. Let me show you guys that too, because I gotta paint this picture and explain to you guys everything that happened. So Echoes from above. We got to go back to that video. You know what? Candace didn't even comment on that video. She commented on the one before it. I don't know why she commented on one before. This is actually the one that she should have watched, but this is the one that she. All right, guys, I'm feeling. So here's Candace Owens' comment right here. So basically, what I did was I wanted Candace Owens to do the research because I'm like, hey, you work for the Daily Wire. You would know more about this than me. So I made a video about the Daily Wire here. And I talked about how people like Ian Carroll and different things like that were talking about how the Daily Wire's views are fake. And I was like, somebody should look into that and see if that's actually true. Candace Owens, why don't you do it? You're the investigator. Why don't you go and look and see if the Daily Wire's views are actually real? And I had no idea that she would see my video, let alone comment. I have no idea how she found my video. She has commented on my videos before, but That was like last year when I was talking about Brett Cooper and the Daily Wire. But she found my video. And I guess the way that she found my video is because James Lee is the first big YouTuber who basically made a video based on my video with the research. So Candace Owens comments, and she said, also, let me just do this because, we always got trolls. You guys can see right there. That's her real account. It's not a fake account. It's really her. So 5.7 million subscribers. That's her. Okay, great. And you can even see right here, she's left 2 comments on my channel before. Okay, great. So Candace Owens commented, and she said, don't need to do an investigation because I know the answer. James Lee is correct. That's not James Lee. That's my video, but that's okay. James Lee gave me the shout out, so I'm not mad. But she said, James Lee is correct. They buy YouTube ads, and it is a fact. They never did this for my channel when I was there, but that is how they do it. And then I responded with what I responded with, and then, whatever. So now, let's go back to James Lee. And what happened was James Lee kicked it off. James Lee made a video based on my video. We're not going to watch it because I have other videos that I want to react to. And there's a reason why I want to react to it, guys, because I actually have another video coming out. I've already made the video where I prove even more that the Daily Wire is buying views. And I actually figured out which exact channels they're buying views for. I'm trying to figure out when to release that video because there's so much current news and drama going on right now. I want to make sure I cover that first. But at some point, I'm going to release my new Daily Wire video because I found even more about the Daily Wire, which is hilarious. So, but I won't reveal too much now because I want you guys to watch that video. I'll put it out at some point, maybe this weekend. But anyway, so James Lee kicked it off. He makes this video completely based on mine, which basically I uncovered that the Daily Wire is buying views. And I showed you guys exactly how they're doing that. You can actually look it up. So I figured out that the Daily Wire was buying views. And then after that, good old friend of the channel, Zook Davis, made a video based on my video. And you guys know Zook always gets a lot of views on his videos. So I'm sure, in like a week or so, this video is going to have a crap ton of views because all his videos get a lot of views. As you can see this one right here. So Zook Davis made a video based on my video. Again, shout out to Zook, very big friend of the channel. We don't have many YouTube friends over here because a lot of YouTubers are fake, but I do consider Zook a genuine friend and a genuine person. I think he's a great guy. There's another guy who made a video.
I mean, look at this.
Sorry about that. There's another guy who made a video based on my video, and his name is Valhalla VFT. You can see that his video got 162,000 views. And there's a few other people who made videos on that video that I made about the Daily Wire buying views too. But we're not going to react to that today. We're really just going to react to those two because I thought that what they had to say was very interesting. So first, we are going to react to Zook Davis's video on the Daily Wire buying views. And again, guys, be on the lookout because I got another one coming out and I expose even more of the Daily Wire buying views. And there's going to be some interesting things in that video that you're going to want to tune into. All right, let's react to Zook Davis's video. Estimated impressions for those
Views, 1,000 likes.
By the way, Zook Davis's videos are like absolute masterpieces. I don't know how the guy is so good at editing, but you guys are in for a treat because his videos are just so well edited. Like he's so good at making content. It's like a motion picture. Like it's really good. You'll see. So let's go ahead and play it.
6 million views, 1,000 likes, and 200 comments. Yeah, those are real numbers from the Daily Wire's official YouTube channel. But here's the thing. That's just one of the dozens of videos I found supporting the claim the Daily Wire buys their views company-wide. But it's not everybody. Some talent's 100% organic, while other talent's buying views by the millions. So you think, okay, if you're buying views for them, why not just buy views for everybody? Well, I found the answer. Because not only did I go through everyone's videos to see exactly who's buying views, but I figured out the reason why some talent pays tens of thousands for views every video, and why the talent that really needs it doesn't spend a dime. So first things first, who's buying? Starting with Matt Walsh. Now to know when someone's
All right, this is going to be funny because I actually uncovered some more things. So if he's going where I think he's going, then I guess you guys are going to get some exclusive content that I have in this new video that I got coming out about the Daily Wire. Yeah, after I made that video and he made his video, I found out some other things about the Daily Wire. So let's go.
buying views, there's certain things you want to look at. Before I show you those things, I don't want you to see them and think, this is just a coincidence. So just to confirm they're buying views, friend of the channel, Echoes from Above, literally found concrete proof.
I went on the Daily Wire's website. I did a little bit of research. Let's say I wanted to work for the Daily Wire. Obviously, that would never happen. You go to career openings, and if you scroll down, what you will see is this position right here, senior paid media specialist, Google ads and Bing ads to execute and optimize paid media campaigns that drive audience growth and engagement across our platforms. You're not going to organically get engagement and audience growth by buying a bunch of ads.
Now, I don't know why they hired people to do this, because later I'll show you how easy it was for Echoes to go through this whole process and the ungodly amount they spent on each video. But at least you know.
I'm so glad Zook said that, because at some point, somebody said, is what you uncovered the stuff you showed in the previous live? Yeah, it is. It is. It is. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. It's that stuff I showed in my last live where I, you know, most people who follow my main channel don't know those. So it's going to be interesting. Where was I going with Zook? I forgot. It was important, but I can't remember. Sorry, I got to rewind. I got to remember what I was going to say.
Now, I don't know why they hired people to do this, because later I'll show you how easy it was for Echoes to go through this whole process. And
I remember. So Zook is saying he doesn't understand why they would hire somebody just to buy Google ads. And that's what I was trying to get at, guys. They are hiring somebody to do more than buy Google ads. That's why I told you, when I look at Isabel Brown's channel, and I've already uncovered, I'm just going to give you guys the tea, I guess. It's going to be exposed in the next video. But I basically uncovered and proved that every single video on Isabel Brown's channel is fake. Every single video. All the views are fake, which makes me think, how the hell did she get 145,000 subscribers? Because what I did was I did a little experiment. Because you guys know there are channels that we all follow and you got notifications on, right? I compared her channel of her size to the other channels that I follow of that exact same size. There are other channels that I follow that have 100,000 views. I'm sorry, 100,000 subscribers. And when I click the notification bell for those channels and I watch the video, the views just start to accumulate organically because they have a real following. With Isabel Brown's channel, I had notifications on for a video. And when she would post a new video and I would watch it, the funniest thing happened, guys. She would only get like 100 views in like the first like 30 minutes, which doesn't make much sense because you have 145,000 subscribers. That don't make sense. And then after like an hour, she'd have like 300. And then after 7 hours, this is a real experiment I did. I came back later on, and after 7 hours, that same video had 1,300 views, but you got 145,000 subscribers. And I'm like, this is a completely fake channel. Fast forward to like 48 hours later, like 2 days later, all of a sudden that same video has like 88,000 views. Now, the point of me saying this is we know that the 88,000 views came from them buying ads. They bought non-authentic fake views for a channel. But here's where I tie this into why I think they are hiring a person, whatever that position was, senior, whatever, to buy the Google ads. I think her subscribers are fake too. I don't know how they're faking subscribers, but I really think that the subscribers are fake. Because if you really had 145,000 subscribers, there would be no way in hell you would only get 1,300 views on your video in the last 7 hours. Her channel really only has like 10,000 authentic subscribers. The rest, not authentic, clearly, because the views don't add up. It doesn't make sense. It's really weird.
Godly amount they spent on each video, but at least you know they do it. So let me show you exactly what to look for on these videos. This Pendragon trailer on their main channel is so obvious that it's fucking laughable. It's like I don't even care. 6 million views, 1,000 likes, and 200 comments. Go to any one of my videos and it's less views and way more likes. So safe to say, someone swiped their card and you won't believe how much. Anyways, on to Matt Walsh, one of Daily Wire's top talents. And depending on who you ask, crowd favorite. Some would say after Candace Owens and Brett Cooper left, he became number 2. So the question is it all a facade?
Sorry. Zook, to respond to your comment, Zook is saying he's going off of the video that I made, and what he's saying is that the Daily Wire's channels are fake. Those accounts are fake. Those are not real authentic views, which I uncovered, and I got another video going deeper into it. But basically, it's the Daily Wire and all their YouTube channels. They're all fake. That's basically it.
All the millions of views every single week. They fake? Well, after looking through everything, he's legit. Yeah, Walsh is clean. All his numbers checked out.
Uh-oh, guys. Uh-oh. I figured Zook was going to go this way, and that's okay because I haven't put out my other video yet where I went even deeper. In my original video, I said that I couldn't completely prove that they were buying views for Ben Shapiro or that they were buying views for Matt Walsh. I said originally that I couldn't prove that. And now Zook is basically saying that Matt Walsh's channel checks out. The views look authentic. And he's right. The views do look authentic. However, after further investigation, guys, I determined with 100% certainty and 1000% undeniable proof, you will see it whenever I put that video out, that they do buy non-authentic views for Matt Walsh. I was also able to confirm that they 100 million% buy non-authentic views via Google Ads for Ben Shapiro. Now, that doesn't mean that their channels are fake. Matt Walsh has a legit following, okay? He does. Ben Shapiro has a legit following as well. He's not fake like Isabel Brown. Isabel Brown doesn't really have a following. Her whole YouTube channel is fake, right? Other people, same boat. Matt Walsh and Ben Shapiro have real followings, which is why I can't understand for the life of me why the Daily Wire buys non-authentic Google ad views for their channels, but I proved that they did. So Zoop doesn't know that yet because I haven't put the video out yet. But when I do, you guys will see. So Matt Walsh is not authentic. Sorry, he's not. They buy views for him too.
The millions of views every single week. They fake? Well, after looking through everything.
You know what? Let me add on to that. Maybe that's the reason why they were hiring that position. I just kind of realized it. It looks like they've been able to make it work. Let me go back to that job position. So the timestamp is 2:36. Let me go back to that job position. Here we go. So the senior paid media specialist is the person who's supposed to buy the Google ads. I couldn't figure out why exactly they had that job. I speculate that they're doing a lot more than just buying Google ads. But now I think I kind of figured it out. Whoever they have running Matt Walsh's channel, they've been able to figure out a way to build him an organic following, get him organic views, but also juice up the numbers with Google ads. It looks like they're trying to replicate that with Isabel Brown. It's not working, but it looks like they're trying to do it because they were successful with Matt Walsh. Because Matt Walsh's channel looks so authentic, and Matt Walsh does have a real following. Like, most people know who Matt Walsh is, but they still buy views for his channel, and it just doesn't really add up. So maybe that's why they're looking for this position here. They're looking for somebody who can replicate what they were able to do with Matt Walsh for Isabel Brown and some of the other people, you know. Let's go to the timestamp. Here we go.
He's legit. Yeah, Walsh is clean. All his numbers checked out. View to like ratio, number of comments. He's clean. So let's just cut to the chase and show you all the people that didn't raise any red flags, because that's not what's really important in this video. There's a way bigger story here. I mean, look who's missing in the legit column, Mr. Facts Over Feeling. He has some of the fishiest videos in the company. The videos that are...
Yeah, Zook, he does have some of the fishiest videos, Zook, because guess what? We got him, boys and girls. We got him. We got him. He buys views for his channel too. It was hard for me to figure it out. They did a good job hiding it, but they do it. Now, I will tell you guys something interesting. There is one person on the Daily Wire that I could not find proof that they juiced his views, and that was Michael Knowles. Isn't that crazy? From what I could tell based on my research, it looks like Michael Knowles' channel is completely and 100% authentic. But then again, who knows? Because they probably use other things to juice up the views besides Google ads. There's probably other things that they're doing. So who knows? But I can't confirm that when I looked at the Google ads, they pretty much buy ads for every single person on the Daily Wire except for Michael Knowles. That's what I found. but I also didn't go back that far. I only went back like a year. So maybe if I go back far enough, I'll find it. I don't know.
Obviously, buy views are like really easy to notice, like the Pendragon video. But with Ben, he kind of hides it a little bit. So his videos have like 800K views and 4,000 likes, which still doesn't cut it. Like I said, I've had 4K likes with 100K views. Funny enough, someone claimed I bought them. No kid. I just know what it takes to go viral. Damn near every single time. This isn't my first channel. I've been doing it for like 15 years, and I've learned a lot about what it is.
Oh, he's plugging his thing where he teaches you how to grow your channel. Yeah, he definitely has a good channel. Shout out to Zook. Let's continue with the video though.
Every view. What I think they do is that they allow some organic views to come in when the video drops, like, 80 or 100K, whatever. Then they flood the video with like 500,000 more paid ones. That's why the likes and comments are still way lower than average for that amount of views. This is a video of mine that got about 900K and 26,000 likes. That's like the bare minimum of what likes should.
Damn, Zook, you got 900K views? Hold on. Damn, Zook is killing it. I did not know that. I did not know he had videos that had that many views. I just got to go check because damn. Oh shit, he does. Sorry, I didn't mean to curse, guys. But holy cow. Yeah, he does. 890,000 views. Sorry, I just really didn't know that. I thought his highest view video was like 200K. I didn't know he had 800,000 views on a video. That's crazy. That boy killing it.
Should look like. So that's just Shapiro. There's 2 more channels on the Daily Wire we need to go over that aren't so subtle with their paid views. One of these channels answer the question, why not just buy views for everybody? Why the other one's just a fucking laughing stock. So before that, let's see why they don't buy views for everyone. Meet Isabel Brown, or what I like to call it, the holy grail of buying views at the Daily Wire. Her channel clears everything up when it comes to explaining why they don't buy views for everyone, especially since she's taking all the ad money. First things first, if you didn't know any better, you think her launch on the Daily Wire was huge. She just joins the brand and her videos explode. Daily Wire must got the juice. Well, and you click on the video and see
1,300 views in 7 hours. Remember that. 1,300 views in 7 hours. But then after 48 hours, 200,000. Oh man. Her whole channel is fake.
some of the worst engagement you've ever seen in your life. And if you remember what I told you to look for to know when a video has fake views, I mean, this is as fake as it gets. And by the way, this is what it looks like when they're not paid for. Later on, like I said, I'll tell you exactly why her and Shapiro get all the paid views and why the other guys don't. But at this point, those dug so deep with Isabel that they just got to keep buying views. Where it gets fucking hilarious is when you find out how much these views are costing.
But they're telling me how many views I'm estimated to get based on the amount of money I spend. Let's say I give Google $200. They're telling me that I am going to get between 73,000 and 250,000 estimated impressions. For those who don't know what impressions are, all impressions are is the amount of people that YouTube shows your video to. That's all it is. YouTube is saying that out of these impressions, they can guarantee me that I'll get between 7,000 to 25,000 views. That's for $200. Remember, this is a big range. YouTube is telling me that for my $1,000, I could either get 35,000 views or I could get 120,000 views. Let's say I get on the low end. My video only gets, let's meet in the middle, 75,000 views. Let's go to Isabel Brown's channel. Look at this. Let's go to this. They obviously bought ads for this video. So how much did they spend to get this amount of views? $2,000, I'd say, something like that. Nope, that would get you 66 to 220K. That's not a guarantee. Let's do 2,500. Nope. Yeah, they're spending a lot of money, guys. What would I have to do to guarantee that I get 200,000 views? Oh, by the way, sorry, but I got to do this. I'm really trying to grow the second channel, and I really want to live stream more. So do me a favor, if you haven't already, subscribe, please. Take a moment right now. Subscribe, hit the subscribe button. You can turn on the notification bell if you want. I plan to live stream several days a week on this channel, and I do not want to do it on the main channel because I like the current format where I make my videos. And also I am going to transition to actual investigations, and I might hire an editor if the investigation is really good and I really uncover something. Like if I could figure out who really funds the Daily Wire, and if I can somehow figure out that it's Israel, then yeah, I would have to like do a real investigation, because that would be crazy. Because the current narrative right now is that the whatever the brothers name, the Wilkes brothers, the petroleum guys, current narrative right now is that they're doing it. But I think there's something deeper to that. So anyway, yeah, hit the subscribe button, and thanks for the support as always. Just had to plug myself, you know. Jesus, they're spending a lot of money. Okay, this is it. In order for that to happen, I'd have to spend about $6,000 to guarantee that this video will get 200,000 views.
So if you look at Isabel's channel, they're down there spending 6 bands of video. So instead of making money from Isabel, they're spending tens of thousands a day on fake fucking views that are worth shit. Like, they have brand deals. How brand deals deal with nobody buying shit when she does a promo or an ad? Those brands are gonna come back like, what the f?
Right. Seriously. Guys, a few years ago, I was getting brand deals in 2023. For whatever reason, I was getting brand deals. I don't know why. And they were offering good money. I'm like, sure, I'll take it. And guess what? Soon as I started having videos that weren't performing, they pulled out. They were like, hey, your first video that you did, it got a lot of views and people were clicking on our product and it was doing well. So you're happy and we're happy. And then I went through a period where the views just weren't viewing. I wasn't getting a whole lot of views. And all those advertisers pulled out. Like, I used to work with a company called Aura and Mint Mobile and all these other companies. They immediately were like, yeah, buddy, your views ain't doing it. Goodbye. We're pulling out. How is the Daily Wire still getting these sponsors with no views? Because you can outsmart the average YouTube viewer, because the average YouTube viewer doesn't know how YouTube works, and that's okay. Why would they? But you can't outsmart the advertisers. If your channel has 200,000 fake views and it only has 1,300 authentic views, you're going to get like 5 clicks on an ad and like 1 person buying the product, or maybe 2. The companies can see that. So if the companies can see that, hey, how is Isabel Brown getting 200-something thousand views, but only 1 person bought our product? According to, because these companies are smart, guys. They have analytics. They're like, according to our analytics, this many people should have clicked on our thing and this many people should have bought. So how is the Daily Wire still getting sponsorships? They're still running sponsorships on Reagan Conrad's The Comment Section channel. How? That's why I said I need to do an investigation. Where is this money coming from? They are bleeding money. If you guys know anything about business, there's no way the Daily Wire is profitable, at least their YouTube part. The YouTube segment of their business isn't profitable. We know they lost a lot of subscribers because they lost a lot of talent. Who the heck is paying the Daily Wire these days? Who? You gonna pay them to watch Matt Walsh? I mean, Michael Knowles is cool. I actually do like Michael Knowles. I'm not gonna lie. I like Michael Knowles, but I definitely don't like Ben Shapiro. Andrew Clavin. Jordan Peterson is sick, and we hope he gets better. Absolutely. We definitely hope that he gets better and God heals him. But your talent's gone. So how are you, like, their business doesn't make sense. Why is there nobody talking about this? We need like, I know that a bunch of big YouTubers jumped on and basically exposed, they talked about the fact that Daily Wire's my views, and I appreciate you guys doing that. But now we need to transition to, this is why I said that Candace Owens should talk about it. This is exactly why I said in that video, and shout out to her, she commented, that was cool. But this is why I said that she should comment, because she has the reach. If she starts to ask questions like, hey, where the heck is the Daily Wire getting their money from? Like, if she really breaks this down the way that I've been doing, maybe we could really get some answers here. Because I would love to have a unprofitable, dying YouTube channel and still get sponsors. The sponsors are paying them, guys. That's how sponsorships work. They pay the Daily Wire to run ads on their content creators' channels that don't get real views. How is that a sustainable business model? Star Viper said it perfectly. She's a net loss for the company. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Brett Cooper was making so much money for them because not only was Brett Cooper getting a lot of views, but people genuinely just liked her. I think the ads that she was running, people were clicking on them just because they like Brett Cooper. They're like, okay, I'll click on it just to support you. I don't know if I'll buy it, but I'll click it. And advertisers like that because the more clicks that they get, they're hoping that the marketing on that link and the, you could get 30% off with code Cooper. They're hoping that if enough people click on it, they'll buy the product, which typically they're right because these people are smart. I think people were clicking on it just because they like Brett Cooper. I really do. Brett Cooper was a huge, huge loss for the Daily Wire. She really was.
Fuck. She got 500,000 views. How the fuck we only get one click? Look, unless these sponsors know the Daily Wire is buying views, they're getting fleeced. Now, before we finally get into why I think the Daily Wire doesn't buy views for all their talent, something I want to do. Just a brief mention of their main channel. Because it's just that bad. So we already saw the stats from the video in the intro. What if I told you every single...
By the way, guys, I'm not going to lie to you. Did you guys know that the Pendragon is finally out, the movie? The Pendragon is actually finally out. Let me just go to it real quick. This movie right here apparently is out. I started to see I saw it on social media and stuff like that. I'm not going to lie to you. It actually looks like it's a good movie. The sad thing is I can't watch it unless I subscribe to the Daily Wire Plus, which I refuse to do. I'm not giving the Daily Wire my money. But I will be objective here. It does look like a good movie. It does. So I don't know if anybody's watched it yet. I don't know if any of you guys are subscribed to the Daily Wire at all. But I guess let me know in the comments or something what you thought about it, or if you watch it, let me know, because I'm trying to think of, I don't know. I mean, I hope that they put it in other places because it actually looked like a good movie. It looked like exactly like something that I would like. It did. But yeah.
All the stats from the video in the intro. What if I told you every single viral video on this channel either has Brett Cooper in it or has paid for a shit ton of views? And honestly, I think it's kind of weird how much they flaunt Brett Cooper in these videos.
Oh, it's a TV series? My bad. You might be right. It might be a TV series. I don't know why I thought it was a movie. Well, whatever. It's a cinematic production and it looks good. Okay, it's a TV series. That's cool. Oh, it's a TV series that Brett Cooper's in too. But yeah, it's a TV series. Yeah. Either way, it looks like it's actually good. It does. It actually looks like it's a good show.
Videos. Let me know if you want me to make a video about that next. Like I said, a big question I had when I started looking into all of this was if they're willing to buy views for one creator, why not all of them? And the further I went down this rabbit hole, I kind of understood, people's trajectories, their talent level all throughout the company. And that's when I came up with a few theories. Number one, they don't need it. The Matt Walshes, the Michael Knowles, they just don't need it. Their well-performing videos seem to be the most organic in the company, and they consistently have them. So they just don't need it. Now that explains the big performers, but there's still channels in the company that are in dire need of more views. So these last two theories make the most sense for them. Reason number two, talent decides, they just don't want it. Maybe it's up to the talent. Maybe some of them say yes and some of them say no. And last but not least, the reason that makes the most sense and what I personally think is actually going on. Number three, the higher-ups just don't believe in it. This explains why Andrew and Reagan go forever with low views and nobody steps in to help. They buy views for Isabel.
I think he's 100% spot on. They see a future in Isabel Brown. They hired Isabel Brown to replace Brett Cooper. That was the actual hire. Reagan was just, okay, Brett Cooper's gone. Just go ahead and take it. We don't know what to do with that channel. Just take it. Here, take it. And she sucked. She sucked, folks. She sucked. And the Daily Wire is like, okay, well, we're going to give you more time, but you still suck. I'm telling you guys, the Daily Wire, if you want a profitable business, you got to get rid of her. I think at some point they're going to get rid of Reagan. She's probably going to still be with the company, but she's going to get demoted. She's not going to be the host of the comment section forever, at least I don't think. But either way, either the Daily Wire is treating Reagan Conrad as a loss, like she's an actual business loss, like this channel's just never going to do well, or I don't know. Maybe they're going to move on from her at some point. But Isabel Brown, the reason why they're spending all that money to juice up those views is because they really see a future in her. They think that Isabel Brown could be a star or is a star. But my thing is, you didn't even give her a chance to even prove if she was a star because you juiced up the views. You ruined her channel. The subscribers are not real. The views are not real. How are you going to know if she can make it? Like, It's crazy.
Because she's a new kid on the block, and they see something in her, so they're gonna push her as hard as they can, even to her detriment. Ben gets paid views because it's his company, and he has to keep being the big right-wing conservative guy. So while Clavin and Reagan are basically just left out to dry, because Clavin probably is just a bore. I mean, I don't watch him, but from what I saw in the backstages, yeah. Sorry. And then, of course, everyone's favorite problem child.
Yeah, Andrew Clavin's boring. He seems like a nice guy, but he ain't it. He ain't it. He boring.
Reagan Conrad. Her claim to fame of taking her ex-best friend's channel, I mean, it's always going to taint her career, especially for right-wing media. Every potential viewer on this side of the internet probably already heard of the scandal and aren't willing to give her a second chance, or at least not enough of them are. Spending money to get past that it just won't work. All in all, it just doesn't make sense how they're profitable. After losing big time personalities like Candace and Brad, I genuinely don't know how they turn a profit from spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on paid views and then not really getting much of the organic views. They claim they got a lot of reoccurring subscribers on their website, which I guess, but how expensive is it to run a company like this with individual teams for each creator, sets, salaries, making movies, making shows, and then their fan base is dropping like flies? I just don't know where all this money's coming from. This is exactly why people think somebody's backing these guys, whether it's for an agenda or a narrative, whatever the reason.
This is what I honestly think. I think, people who invest their money, they want something. When it comes to media, you either want two things. You want a return on investment, which most rich people do, or you want propaganda. I think the Daily Wire is a propaganda arm. That's what I think. They got to be. They ain't making no money, so there's no return on investment. So, got to be a let's see, we got a comment. Echoes, Chad. Hey, Echoes. Hey, Chad. I'm way behind, but wanted to say hello. Please leave this up for a little while at least. Okay, I'll do that. You know what? I'll leave the live stream up. I'll leave it up, guys. I won't delete it. I promise. This live stream will be up for at least another 24 hours before I decide if I'll delete it or not. I mean, I haven't said anything crazy, so I did good because I could be a little unfiltered sometimes. So I actually think I did pretty good. But welcome. Thank you for being here. I also want to say again, if you like this, if you like what we're doing here, I plan to live stream several days a week because why not? So subscribe to this channel if you want to see more of the live streams. We plan to do it in the evenings, so it'll be when you guys get off work. But yeah, all right, let's finish this off because I actually got to go. I really could only be here for like an hour.
With how much they spend versus how much they're bringing in, I don't know how these numbers add up. One thing I do know is the fastest way to kill a channel, buy some views on it. The more you buy, the less the algorithm cares to find an audience for your stuff. And the less you learn as a creator. That and way more knowledge is waiting below when you click the link and start working with me. Or feel free to spend 6 racks every video. I don't care either way.
They have too much money. By the way, shout out to Zook for playing that Anderson .Paak. He's a good artist. So I don't know what to make of the Daily Wire. $6,000 on YouTube ads is insane. Let's see. So Star Viper. By the way, this is the end of the stream, guys. I actually have to go, but it was nice being here with you guys. I appreciate it. Wow, we got a lot more people here last time. You guys know last time I streamed, we had like 8 people. Now we have like 30. Wow, you guys are amazing. Shout out to you. Thank you for being here. This is amazing. Star Viper says, another reason I think Daily Wire was more popular a couple years ago was because they were first to the game and kind of laid the groundwork for right-wing creators to rise and drown them out. You know what's funny, guys? Star Viper is right. I'm gonna give you guys a story. I think I told you guys the story last live stream, but I'll say it again. I went to college from 2013 to 2018. When I was in college, 2015 and 2016 were big years. By the way, Charlie Kirk came to my campus, and there was a big protest too. There was a big protest. I remember that. But yeah, Charlie Kirk came to my campus, spoke. There were a lot of political figures that came to my campus, that came to my university. And the bottom line is, I used to really like Ben Shapiro back in the day, like when he first came out. And Star Viper is 100% right. All these big content creators, except Brett Cooper, I didn't know who Brett Cooper was until later on. Like I didn't even find out who Brett Cooper was until like after the pandemic, like around that time. Like it was like a while. Um, but obviously I knew Candace Owens was. She's been famous for a long time. Obviously I knew Ben Shapiro. I already told you guys. I know Steven Crowder has a lot of like weird stuff. I know Steven Crowder has a lot of weird stuff with him. There's like all sorts of like weird allegations that I haven't really looked into, but I've heard some not so good things. But I do find Steven Crowder entertaining. I know he's not on the Daily Wire, but I feel like he should be. I feel like he would be kind of a good fit. He's a little bit more wild than they are for sure and unfiltered, but I think it would have been a different kind of fit to go on the Daily Wire. But anyway, the bottom line is, you're right about your comment. The Daily Wire was first. And at one point in time, the Daily Wire was a huge powerhouse in media. They were huge. And now they went from being huge to, I would say they're pretty much irrelevant. They pretty much lost all their talent. Matt Walsh is not my cup of tea. Michael Knowles is cool. And God forbid they lose both of them. If they lost Matt and Walsh and Michael Knowles, it'd be over. You might as well not even have a Daily Wire anymore. It's just Ben Shapiro. You might as well change the Daily Wire to the Shapiro Wire, because that's what it would be. It's like all your talent. Like, that would be crazy. Anyway, folks, I do have to go. Yeah, I got to go. But thank you guys so much for being here. The next live stream will be on Monday. I will stream on Monday. I'm sure we're going to have all kinds of crazy drama that happens over the weekend. So my goal is to stream 3 days a week. The next stream will be on Monday. We will do emergency streams. If there's some absolute insane breaking news that happens over the weekend, like Candace Owens actually gets sued or something, then I would have to go live for that, But besides that, we plan to stream 3 days a week. And yeah, thanks for being here, taking this content creation thing to the next level, doing the best we can. And I just really, really appreciate you guys for the support. So thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. And I will see you guys in the next live stream. Hope everybody enjoys their Friday. See you guys later.